aside from the flower bed, there's some upgrades to the front of our house. This fall we put up 4 rays and modified one simple race from Joann, added a bunch of stuff, and we really like it. And here are the dogs. And also this window mount bird feeder works so well for us. I know bird will fly up to like 5 stories to feed, so if you live in an apartment building, give it a try. We initially thought this won't work well because we actually move around a lot in the living room. Next to the window there's record player storage, and we often just constantly go access that, and the dogs will look out here and here as well. But the birds are not bothered. I mean, they have a pine tree right here that they can use as an access point, and we also put down a bird feeder right there, bird bath right there, so they come like in schools of birds to eat this amount of feed, 2 days ish. Yeah, and this is the feed we use. It's purchased from a place called Wild Bird Unlimited, and it's really good feed. I mean we do get a lot of poops right now on the windowsill, as well as here on top of this window well cover, but oh well, I think it's worth to support wildlife. So we're very pleased with this little feeder. Another big upgrade in the front of the house is this garden hose rail. We used to have just a rusty and old garden hose hanger next to the house, and this rail has made things so much easier. Yeah, and I mean, it's not very cheap, but you know, it fits the color of the house. It's very functional. It makes the front of the house 10 times better, and I think it's a very good investment. So the last thing I want to show you is under the mailbox. We have a little planting bed. I never really wrote a lot about this planting bed, just because, you know, this is our kind of like, oh, whatever plants that we have extra, I just stuff them in here because I don't really have a vision. But I actually like the stuff that ended up here. So first thing we put in here is actually those 2 roses, or I think they're actually 1. Maybe they just come out like 2 branches from the roots. This is the onion plant that we moved from the old front planting bed that we removed near the foundation, and we just moved the rose here. It's a red rose. It's usually not my choice, but you know, Slav really like it, so we moved it here, and it just keeps eaten by bunnies. It's really sad because before they developed, their thorns can protect themselves. They're actually very soft and juicy. So bunnies just come here and behead it. Now it's fall. I think bunnies are kind of, they're not really coming to our yard as often right now. So I really hope that this can establish a little bit more. I put in red hot poker, which is a very popular plant here in Colorado, and I kind of like that grassy texture and the color of it because it's more like orange than red. So I put it there, and it has been doing very well. I mean, it just keeps blooming whenever the temperature is below like 90. This one is lavender. It's this little topiary lavender you're supposed to put into flower pots and containers, but I put it here. It has like a stem, and I think it's, you know, it's really cute. I really hope that it can eventually grow almost like an evergreen tree, and then I can trim it in a way, in a column shape. Here are 2 rosemaries. They have at least triple in size, and we've been cooking chickens and other stuff with it, and this is really a delight. So I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot in this garden bed because we have this huge hole, but you know, if the rose actually can survive next year, which I'll put kind of some sort of protection on it in the spring, it will actually grow as tall as the mailbox. So yeah, this little area is doing very well on its own, which is very tough because this is next to our driveway and sidewalk. Hot, dry, doesn't get much water, doesn't even get watered from the sprinkler much, because we don't actually cover this area. Yeah, so just by itself. Okay, so this is the front of the house. We're very happy with how it looks now. And this is the new garden. And our goal is to share our home not only with our 2 dogs, but also native mammals, birds, insects, and all that stuff. And I really, really hope that next year this little pollinator garden would be successful. Yeah, I'll keep you posted. Thank you for staying with me. Have a good week.